In a case we have been following for months, District Attorney Jared Williams says the swimming instructor teaching the lesson where young Izzy Scott died now has a warrant out for her arrest. It's been 6 months since the 4-year-old drowned, and the first time we are hearing of any criminal charges. Will Rio in the newsroom for us. And Will, you've been following this since the beginning, half a year later, and this is a huge update.
Yeah, that's right. We've been asking for updates every month from the family of Izzy Scott to see exactly where this case stands. Now, the family says finally they have a decision from the DA that's allowing them to breathe a sigh of relief. Swim instructor Lexi Tenhusen is being charged with involuntary manslaughter, which is a misdemeanor in the state of Georgia. Izzy's family says this is just one step in the right direction.
6 months of waiting, no decision, and no answers until now.
I was overjoyed. I was thankful that my son is finally getting some type of justice.
On June 14th, 4-year-old Izzy Scott drowned at his second day of swim lessons at a home in Burke County.
It's an immediate heart-wrenching situation once it all happens.
Back in July, we talked with Dorian Walter about what happened that summer day. According to the family's attorney, Izzy drowned near the end of the swim lesson, about 10 minutes before his lesson was over and it transitioned to a new class. There were 10 kids, including Izzy, in his group, and 10 minutes before the class ended, the next group would come in. The attorney says it's a habit for the instructor, Lexi Tenhusen, to have the kids swim the length of the pool. The last time the instructor reported working with Izzy was just before the students swam the length of the pool when he was picking up rings at the bottom of the pool. She usually waited in the deep end of the pool and let all the swimmers pass her. That way she would be the last one to get out. The Scotts were told that as other families were coming in, the instructor was speaking with them when someone noticed Izzy was still in the pool and that he was underwater in the deep end. Merritt said there was an approximately 10-minute gap between when she last saw Izzy and the time he was discovered drowning in the pool, and authorities don't know what happened in that gap. The I-team also combed a 22-page report of evidence from investigators. In it, a child in the class references a child coughing who got onto the concrete once out of the pool. The family told us back in July they remember Izzy telling them he swallowed a lot of water on the first day. Family believes that explains why Izzy, who loved the water, was afraid to go back the second day. According to the report, Izzy's mother Dory told investigators he didn't want to go to lessons that morning, even asking her, "What if I drown?" Documents show at least 5 other people told deputies the swim teacher had to ask other adults to help her get Izzy out of the water. Weeks later, on July 6, the sheriff's office decided not to press criminal charges against Lexi Tenhusen. In a letter, the Burke County Sheriff's Office wrote, while there may be some form of negligence, it was determined the case lacks sufficient evidence to prove criminal negligence. As a result, we are unable to move forward with the case. The Sheriff's Office passed the case file to District Attorney Jared Williams, who passed the case to the GBI. The case was returned to the DA's office for nearly 2 months before this decision came down.
He had a whole life ahead of him, so it's like, to see all this time go on and nothing be done, no one's accountable, no apology, nothing for this long period of time, just to get that little sense of relief was just, it was emotional. It was like a breath of fresh air, like, because I feel like I'm drowning every day, but it was like I could kind of lift my head up and breathe a little bit.
The Scotts feel like this is a step towards justice and accountability. The next step, passing legislation for more regulations for private swim lessons in honor of their son.
Hopefully we can save hundreds of other kids' lives and just bring awareness.
And throughout this case, we found that there are few, if any, regulations for private citizens who do teach swim lessons for money. Georgia does not require someone to have any certifications to teach swim lessons. We do know the instructor in this case was licensed, according to investigators.
Just such a sad story, but at least the family now feels like they have some sense of an answer to all of this. Will, thanks for covering